Games Workshop recently announced a brand new Combat Patrol subscription magazine service. In this video, we're going to break down the price and value of it and see if it's actually worth picking up. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so Games Workshop recently announced the brand new Combat Patrol magazine subscription service. So I've dug through all the details, I've done all the math, and now I'm prepared to tell you guys exactly what kind of savings you can expect, what you're going to get in the total bundle, what the time frame that all of this is going to come in, and whether or not I honestly think it's worth it. So Games Workshop has announced that it is initially coming to the UK, and it's actually already out. It's later going to be coming to the rest of Europe, and then eventually to the United States as well. It's a total of 90 issues, and if you dig through all of the individual details, it's basically a 2-year subscription. So you're going to get 4 issues per month. Each of these issues is basically going to have like your assembly guides and some basic painting stuff in there as well. And then it's going to include some various things from Games Workshop, including some models, some paints, some tools, all kinds of different stuff spread out over that 2-year period. You can cancel anytime, and then they also have a premium subscription service available as well. So for a few more bucks a month, every few months, you're going to get a bonus item as well. So here's a picture of all of the models that you will receive in that 2-year period. You're going to get a combination of 9 combat patrols. You're also going to get about 25 paints and then 4 brushes and tools. So because this is available in the UK, I went through to the UK Games Workshop website, figured out exactly how much everything costs, and then broke it down so you get a comparison of how much you're actually paying for the service and whether or not it's a good deal. So if you were to purchase 9 combat patrols in the UK at full price from Games Workshop, you're going to pay a total of 900 British pounds. If you were to pick up 25 of their various paints, it's going to come out to a roughly 100 British pounds. And then if you pick up the 4 brushes and tools included in the set, it's going to come out to about 20. So we get a total product value that's included in the subscription of 1,020 British pounds. The actual subscription service is $9.99 per issue, with the first couple issues being a little cheaper. So the total 90 issues over the 2-year period is going to come out to a cost of 879 British pounds. So you're going to save about 141 pounds buying this setup. So it is a nice little savings over the actual MSRP value. But from what I understand in the UK, it's pretty standard to get a 20% discount on Games Workshop products. So if you were to go out and just pick up that $1,020 worth of product all at once or spread out over time, you would expect to pay about 816 pounds. So if you buy the subscription service, you're going to pay 879 pounds. If you just went out and bought the stuff, you would pay about 816 pounds. So for the actual regular subscription service, for everything you get included in the set, and then also the fact that it's going to be delayed and sent out over a 2-year period, so you're never going to have what you want when you want it, I honestly don't think that this service is worth it. The subscription comes out to more than the actual sum of the stuff inside, assuming that 20% discount, which is pretty standard in the UK. And rather than just getting like 1 combat patrol at a time spaced out over that 2-year period, picking up all the paints and tools you need as you go or in advance, it's basically all downside because you don't get to pick the order that you get the stuff in. It's spread out over months and months. So to me, it looks like the standard service is all downside. So now over here on the right, we broke down the premium subscription service. So this is going to cost you an extra £2 per issue, but you're going to get some extra models, bigger like centerpiece kits that are going to be spaced out every so often. So every few months, you're going to get a bonus item with one of your subscriptions. So I went ahead and totaled up all of those, figured out exactly what they cost as well. So the Brutalis Dreadnought would normally be 50 British pounds. The Hive Tyrant is 40. The Howling Banshees are 40. The Demon Prince is 52.50. The Orc Killikans are 40. The Brokir Thunderkin are 37. The Brood Coven is 44. The Rogel Dorn is 63.25. So the total value from the premium exclusive items that you would get for purchasing that premium service is 367 British pounds. You're going to be paying an extra £2 per issue times 90 issues. So that's an extra 180 pounds. So this is actually a pretty good deal. So if we take that 367 pounds in extra merchandise, we add that up with the 1,020 pounds in merchandise that comes with the standard subscription, you're going to be getting a total of 1,387 pounds worth of merchandise with the premium subscription. And the grand total cost for all 90 issues with the premium service is going to be 1,063 pounds. Which if we do the math on that premium total cost of everything included, it's roughly a 25% discount. So we know that standard in the UK is a 20% discount. So you're going to be essentially getting about 5% extra discount over buying all of the individual items. So in all reality, it looks like the actual regular set doesn't save you any money, assuming a 20% discount on just buying the stuff you want. You also don't have any choice when you get the stuff or what stuff you're purchasing. And then the premium set, you're going to get a slightly better discount, about 25%, compared to that normal 20% that you'd be able to get. It is actually a deal, but once again, the drawbacks of everything being spaced out over 2 years, not picking which 9 combat patrols you get or what bonus items you get, it just really doesn't seem like a good deal. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. So breaking everything down by the numbers, it's really just not that good of a deal, especially if you assume you can get a 20% discount, which is pretty standard in the UK, either at your local shop or from an online retailer. We talked about some of the negatives, like you don't get to pick which 9 combat patrols you get. You don't get to pick what bonus items or what paint colors. You don't choose when you get the specific items. So very often something that you want to be building or painting or a paint that you need to paint your models is not going to be there when you need it. And overall, I think that this is mostly downside. But there are some potential benefits to getting your items spaced out. So getting only a few models in each issue, getting 4 issues at a time once per month is going to make it so you don't feel like you're getting overwhelmed. As where you go to the hobby store and you drop a couple $100, you might have 50 miniatures in front of you and it might just be daunting. Also, being on a schedule where stuff just arrives in the mail once per month could be beneficial if 1, you don't have a hobby shop nearby you, 2, you're not really sure what you want or when to buy it, or 3, maybe you're just the type of person that you like to be on a schedule and knowing that your next shipment is coming in a month, it'll be more motivating for you to finish up what you already have. So there's definitely some benefits to this subscription service. There's definitely some drawbacks, but when we actually break it down by the numbers, the regular subscription is just not a good deal. The premium subscription, however, you do save a little bit over the retail value with your 20% discount. But I think, honestly, the extra 5% that you're saving is just not enough of an incentive to not even get to choose which factions you want. There's roughly 25 factions in Warhammer 40k. You're going to be getting 9 specific factions. You have no choice in what bonus models you get. And I think for most people, they would rather pick the 9 combat patrols they want, buy 1 combat patrol roughly every 3 months, pick up the paints as they want them, pick up the bonus items that they want to expand out their actual faction combat patrol. And without a doubt, once you get all of these models, there's going to be some of them that you have no interest in, either because you already have them, you just don't like the models, or they're not great in gameplay. So I think when we weigh all of the positives of this subscription service and all of the negatives of this subscription service, there's just not enough of an incentive for people to pick this up. And I think realistically, the 2 main reasons somebody might want to subscribe to this service is 1, they don't have a shop nearby, but realistically, you could just order from an online retailer and get a 20% discount. So that's not really that valid of an incentive. And then the second reason that you might pick this up is for the extra savings. And again, realistically, the extra 5% that you save with the premium kit over just buying the individual kits yourself is far outweighed by the lack of choices that you get. I would much rather get to choose exactly what I'm going to get, pick the specific combat patrols that I like, play the factions that I enjoy, and then decide what's missing from my list and pick up that additional model myself. And then realistically, if you're located in the EU or in the United States, these numbers aren't going to add up exactly the same because there is a premium to what they're going to be charging us, including shipping costs once a month when they ship it to you, and then also the difference in what the actual combat patrols and additional models cost. But for the most part, Games Workshop tends to make higher margins in those other regions outside the UK. So by the time you factor in the shipping costs once per month over that 2-year period, it's probably going to be even worse of a deal. So there's definitely going to be some people out there that see some value in this set that I don't see when I break it down by the actual numbers. There's going to be some people out there that enjoy getting a package in the mail once per month. Maybe they're not interested in picking out which combat patrols they're like or what miniatures they're going to play with. But I think when it's all said and done, if we weigh up all the pluses, all the minuses, when we take into account the lack of choice and the lack of discount that you're getting over just picking up what you want, this is an easy pass for me. So let me know down below if you think of any points that I didn't think of, if you've purchased some of these subscriptions in the past, and what you thought of them. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And while the Combat Patrol magazine subscription seems like a cool idea, when you actually break it down by the numbers and weigh out all the positives and negatives, for me, it's just not worth it. And I'm out of here.